It wasn't just the Soviet prisoners of war who were to suffer as the Nazis moved east. It was the Soviet Jews as well. The Nazis, hardened anti-Semites, believed that the combination of Slavs, Jews, and communism was particularly dangerous.
Auschwitz, the Nazi death camp where more than 1 million people, mainly Jews, were murdered. People with families and friends. Ordinary people robbed of their future. Each had their own unique story of how they came to be at Auschwitz. Only a minority survived.
What are those people gonna do? All the elevators are blocked out.
A new type of war. That's what it is.
Every nation in every region now has a decision to make. Either you are with us or you are with the terrorists.
I'll tell you what, it was quite a day in Manhattan. Hundreds of thousands of people took to the streets for the Pride March, this year's march commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, a turning point for the modern gay rights movement.
This morning, the Supreme Court recognized that the Constitution guarantees marriage equality. In doing so, they've reaffirmed that all Americans are entitled to the equal protection of the law. That all people should be treated equally, regardless of who they are or who they love. This decision will end the patchwork system we currently have. It will end the uncertainty hundreds of thousands of same-sex couples face from not knowing whether their marriage, legitimate in the eyes of one state, will remain if they decide to move or even visit another.
At the moment, I want to assure the American people that we're doing everything we can each day to confront and ultimately defeat this horrible, invisible enemy. We're at war. In a true sense, we're at war. And we're fighting an invisible enemy. Think of that.
An ordeal that police say started with a dispute over a face mask.
Drop the weapon! Drop the weapon!
Body camera video capturing a Michigan sheriff's deputy shooting a man after he charged at her with a knife. He later died at the hospital. That suspect, authorities say, had earlier stabbed a 77-year-old who confronted him about not wearing a mask.
Our next guest is one of the richest and most generous men in the world. Please welcome Bill Gates. Hi, Bill.
Hi.
You warned everybody about this in a TED Talk in 2015. You predicted this would happen, and so I'm sure you're very prepared because you knew this was going to happen.
And I also think, by the way, that we will not really be through the COVID-19 pandemic period until we indeed have a vaccine.
Anti-vaxxers aren't on the fringe anymore. In the past 2 months, they've been a vocal presence at protests across the US. And in May, polling found that 1 in 4 Americans may refuse a coronavirus vaccine.
And the multitude cometh together again, so that they could not so much as eat bread. And when his friends heard of it, they went out to lay hold on him, for they said, He is beside himself. And the scribes which came down from Jerusalem said, He hath Beelzebub, and by the prince of the devils casteth he out devils. And they called them unto him, and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself, and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. No man can enter into a strong man's house, and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. Verily I say unto you, all sins shall be forgiven unto the sons of men, and blasphemies wherewithsoever they shall blaspheme. But he that shall blaspheme against the Holy Ghost hath never forgiveness, but is in danger of eternal damnation. Because they said, He hath an unclean spirit.